Top 5 Toyota's impressive EV that can dominate the entire EV industry. Toyota's always been a reliable brand when it comes to cars. They have now ventured into the electric car industry and have created some of the most impressive electric cars to date. The Toyota Prius is one of the most popular electric cars on the market, and it's easy to see why. It is comfortable, reliable, and efficient. It also has a stylish design that will turn heads when you drive it. Toyota has just announced their new line of electric vehicles, and they are impressive. If you're looking for an environmentally friendly and stylish car, then a Toyota electric car is perfect for you. Hey guys, welcome to Next Tech Ventures, where today, in the next few minutes, we'll tell you about Toyota's impressive electric vehicle that might dominate the whole electric vehicle industry. So stay with us till the end of this video so you don't miss out on any of this information. But before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell symbol so you don't miss out on any of our wonderful videos in the future. And let's get started. Electric vehicles have low operating costs because there are fewer moving parts to maintain, and they're also very environmentally friendly because they use little or no fossil fuels, gas or diesel. While some EVs use lead-acid or nickel-metal batteries, lithium-ion batteries are now considered the standard for modern battery electric vehicles because they have a longer lifespan and are excellent at retaining energy, with a self-discharge rate of only 5% per month. Despite this increased efficiency, there are still issues with these batteries, such as thermal runaway. For the better part of 2 centuries, various streamers have attempted to turn electric vehicles from a curiosity into a viable business. Even Thomas Edison and his good friend Henry Ford, the 2 names most closely associated with the inventions of automobiles and electricity, applied their genius to developing an electric car before deciding that gasoline-powered engines had a much brighter future. Toyota envisions a future in which carbon neutrality is attained through an updated portfolio of automotive products that include advanced alternative fuel and zero-emission powertrain technologies. Overall, the company intends to expand to approximately 70 electrified models by 2025. This upcoming lineup will include 15 dedicated BEVs, or battery electric vehicles, 7 of which will bear the BZ brand identifier, which is Beyond Zero. Toyota also plans to electrify its entire lineup of pickup trucks in the near future. This diverse lineup of electrified vehicles will help Toyota achieve its goal of total carbon neutrality by 2050. The first on our list is the 2023 BZ4X. The BZ4X will be an all-new vehicle and nameplate for the Toyota brand. It arrives first in the United States this spring and will be available nationwide later in 2022. The BZ4X was developed in collaboration with the Subaru Solterra, and the 2 models are nearly identical, with the exception that the Subaru costs more and comes standard with all-wheel drive. The BZ4X gets up to 131 miles per gallon in the city and 107 miles per gallon on the highway. Our dual-motor limited test vehicle returned a disappointing 86 mpge on our 75-mile-per-hour highway fuel economy test route. More information on the BZ4X's fuel economy can be found here. The interior of the BZ4X is spacious and airy, with a digital gauge display and a 12.3-inch central touchscreen. Wireless smartphone mirroring is standard, and navigation is free for the first 3 years, after which it requires a subscription. Although there is no glove box, the wide center console between the 2 front seats has standard wireless smartphone charging and open storage underneath. A radiant heating element in the lower dash of the Limited is an optional feature that warms the legs of front seat riders. There is no trunk, and the rear cargo hold has a capacity of 26 to 28 cubic feet versus 38 for the RAV4. It has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability, as well as a 7.0-inch digital gauge display, and they're standard on the BZ4X models. With cloud-based navigation, an onboard Wi-Fi hotspot, and wireless smartphone charging, the system's fairly well connected. A 6-speaker stereo with SiriusXM satellite radio is standard, but buyers on the limited trim can upgrade to a 9-speaker JBL stereo system. The FT4X Lookalike Compact Cruiser EV. Toyota released an intriguing concept called the FT4X in about 2015, a gasoline tease as a replacement for the legendary FJ Cruiser, a revival of the Cruiser name. This is possibly the most exciting EV in the lineup because it also bears the name Cruiser, a clear indication that Toyota will be resurrecting its best off-road legacy. The name is derived from the much longer future Toyota 4-wheel drive crossover, with Toyota viewing this model as an unusual one. That is, they view the FT4X as a functional vehicle that will be equally at home on city streets as it will be off-road. If the Cruiser EV looks anything like the FT4X, which it does, we can expect some wild and exciting features such as panoramic skylight, removable components such as lights and speakers, and a highly customized off-roading experience that isn't hindered when driving in the city. According to the images, it will have a new type of tailgate similar to the FT4X, which had a classic hatch for weather protection when open, which also opened right and left and split down the middle for tighter spaces. Autonomous bus. Toyota Motor Corporation announced an operations management system to support the provision of services that will allow the e-Pallet, a battery electric vehicle for autonomous mobility, to be used in practice. It also plans to operate the vehicle in Woven City, a fully connected prototype city, in collaboration with a variety of partners, with commercial use in multiple areas and regions targeted. Toyota has long produced large and public transportation vehicles such as semis, box trucks, and buses. This bus promises to be self-driving in-city transportation that can operate without human intervention. Toyota has teased the idea of a bus or shuttle with nothing but benches and a stop request button, possibly with an emergency call button. The genius of it is that these buses can presumably charge themselves and then return to the street. They can run 24 hours a day, vary in size based on demand, and are presumably much safer. While there are some concerns, such as the system being hampered by weather, such as snow, a medical emergency, and so on, we are still excited about the prospect of this massive step towards the future promised in sci-fi movies. Crossover EV. The crossover EV is modeled after a CH Cooler R's cousin who works out. The vehicle has 4 doors and a fun-looking stance with some nice curves. We just hope it doesn't go after the CHR, which is notoriously slow and underpowered for what it could have been. The EV Advantage would almost certainly make this a perfect middle-of-the-road car with enough power to be fun, a ride height for some off-roading, and enough space for 4 comfortable adults and a bike if the seats were folded down. The car looks more mature than the CHR and even has real handles on the doors, none of this sideways weirdness. We dislike the small crossover EV because it appears to be too small and lacking in trunk space. BZ Large SUV. Over the next 10 years, Toyota plans to offer an electric vehicle in every segment, and the BZ Large SUV will be an important part of that lineup. Toyota unveiled 16 new electric vehicles today, including the BZ Large SUV, which previews an electrified alternative to the Kluger, which has proven popular with Australian customers. The aptly named BZ Large SUV is one of 5 vehicles now available under Toyota's BZ sub-brand, with the BZ4X already set to arrive in the second half of 2022. We almost compared it to the Lexus LX SUV or the Land Cruiser, but this vehicle appears to be lower to the ground, almost like a limo. We can say with certainty that it will not be designed for off-roading, nor will it feature a body-on-frame construction for lifting and customizing, but we still enjoy it. There are currently no large SUVs on the market. The Tesla Model X theoretically has a 3rd row, but it only fits children and can only be installed backward. Despite the Toyota badge, the large SUV EV will presumably be Lexus or Lexus-like, with the telltale lay-flat door handles and luxurious appearance. Even if it is a Toyota, we can expect some classy interior features. And that's it for today, guys. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click on that like button and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you'll see even more of our incredible videos. And thanks for watching.